Stand up. On. All right, start the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, before we get started, I need a motion to take a temporary adjournment to go out and give long-term service a look. Got a second? All in favor? Okay. We'll be back momentarily. In the meeting? Second, all in favor? Aye. Good, good. All right, let's move back in the meeting. Does anybody have a chance to read the minutes? I hope everybody did. So get a motion to accept them. Good. Got a second? Okay. Got enough. Got a form. You're not here, so got a form. Any omissions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none. All in favor? That's carried. Let's move right on to PS1, resolution authorizing the Oswego County Emergency Management Office to accept funding from the Walmart Sparkwood Local Grant. So moved. Thank you. Motion, we got a second.
Perfect. So this is a $500 award from Walmart, just for the grant program. Over the last year, this will be up to $1,500 if they give the program. So this is the request to receive the funding.
Terrific. Any discussion? Question? Richard?
Yeah, just to point out, Walmart's being, I know they're a cheap company, I get that. But, they don't have to do this. And it's a good, I think it's a good public thing for them to do, and I wish more of our businesses in this county would grab onto the fact, we serve them. Some of our departments can use this type of money. For this situation, especially a drone project type situation, Walmart's a big builder. You can't see over the top of the edge of it. You can't see who's on the government. The drone is a perfect place, perfect piece of equipment on a place like this to work. And I'm sure there's needs for that. No problem in my mind. So again, I want to thank them publicly, but the thing is, more of our business, I wish would help us on some of this stuff.
And it helps. We actually, the drone coordinator, myself, Terry Bennett, all went out to the grand reopening of the Central Square and did a public information piece on that. Or they gave us previously, so just to get them public information on that.
Very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. PS2, resolution authorizing budget modification to transfer funds from personal examination line to other fees and services for the Emergency Management Office. Make a motion.
So we'll
Motion, got a second. Multiple second. Ken?
This is moving money from the equipment to purchase equipment for pays for our instructors, so it's just the money that we receive from the classes that we put on into expense account.
Okay. 2,000. Any discussion, questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? PS3, resolution authorizing budget modification for the Emergency Management Office to accept funding from the Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services for the fiscal year 2024 State Homeland Security Program. Take a motion.
So moved.
Motion, multiple seconds. Any discussion? Discussion, hearing none. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, PS4, resolution authorizing budget modification fire coordinator, cost to remove hazardous foam. Can I get a motion? Motion, we've got multiple seconds. You're up.
So what this is we've been cleaning up around the fire school. We found 6 55-gallon drums of foam that has PFAS that is cancer, carcinogen. So in order to just to get rid of it, we sent out request for bids. Clean Harbor, which does our normal household waste, they sent a bid at $12,000. So
Well, how do they dispose of it?
I'm not sure.
Have we reached back out to the vendor to see if they would take it back?
I don't think.
So big one.
And you don't know whose it is. That's part of the problem. Barrels aren't labeled,
Understood.
and so
you know how we got it.
no.
How much was that again?
13,000.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, PS5, resolution accepting revenue for County of Oswego Local Law Number 3 of 2024 entitled Oswego County Traffic Diversion Program. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Multiple seconds. Tony?
Just accepting, piece of payment, and that was our diversion program, so that we can disperse.
Any other discussion? Mr. Castillo?
What is the total amount we've received so far? Anybody have an idea?
About 285, from what I'm looking at.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
That'd be about.
about 285. 285,000.
185,000.
Each month it goes down, I see. Started at 109, then it went to 98, and this month says 85. So it's going down, but we still
Well,
285.
I saw something about,
That's the total.
Right, the total amount. No, that's the
that's what
total.
I'm saying, that
There's disbursement.
well, that's good. I know.
That's right.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. PS6, resolution authorizing budget modification for office cubicles, furniture, and equipment in the district attorney's office. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Multiple seconds. Any discussion?
I have a question as to why this money for the furniture is coming out of the traffic diversion program money and not out of the regular budget money. I mean, I would think furniture is something that should be coming out of regular budget.
It's actually coming out of what our worship plans. Instead of using our personnel.
Right, but I thought your percentage was supposed to be to run the program and to train and stuff, not to be, it seems like your percentage is almost like an open checkbook that they can do whatever they want for that office. It should be coming out of general funds, should be coming out of traffic diversion. That's not what it's used for. But that was my assumption when we went on to this and voted on it. It's like that money is supposed to be used for the traffic diversion program.
We share that assumption. I was under the impression that the district attorney would take that funds and put it in places that needs cubicles. It's better it comes out of the traffic diversion program than the overall tax it up.
But to where we were clearing people the space. Are necessary to maximize our space and to have, even right now, even without the numbers, we are in space when it comes to people to work efficiently. We do not have enough space. We're trying to put this more efficient office and to predict our increase that we are moving in. Who will be working in the traffic diversion program? So we have a number of people who work through this program. Through our websites.
Well, I agree, if you need it, I understand, but I'm just saying, I just think the funds should be coming out of, and I question then, if you're able to take $85,000 furniture out of the traffic diversion, and if it had gone in the regular general fund or whatever, or in our budget, then maybe the DA's office doesn't need such a large percentage, and the county percentage should be bigger.
Bill?
Okay, I think this is the only year you're gonna see this because you've done budgeted money in that 24 budget. The 25 budget, we allocated communities. If he brings in more than that, then he's free to use that in the area. Tranche of that, it's 200, is a direct levy offset to support the DA's office at all.
I guess to me, it was more transparent to have that kind of stuff to come out of a regular budget, and the money that the DA's office is getting from traffic diversion would go for traffic diversion. And that's all I'm saying, is that a bigger percentage went to the county, then you'd have the money to do it, and it would be more clear cut. This is for this, for that. It was just my take on it. I'm just,
Agreed. Says, general prosecution investigation training, That's what that money is spent on. I don't see anywhere it sits up.
Any other discussion? Anybody else have a problem with spending the money on office furniture? Richard?
There'd be no on it. So,
Tony, I think what we said, maybe I misunderstood. Being old like this, sometimes that happens. The layout of the office is not particularly believe is inefficient, and this will help, you said something efficiency and that nature, you said, but
Yes.
that's okay, I understand. First year before, or was it 60 years old, or what was the problem?
Yes.
You know, say, I don't know, what was the problem?
Problem is it's older furniture and it's not enough. We don't have enough space. We have space, but we have, if you come and look at the DA's office, we have office desks that surround main area. You have an open floor middle that's not being used at all. And then you have office desks surrounding out the corridors with the DAs. Some offices which house our DDAs. So we are trying to make that office space more efficient by using computing, which will have to pay. Every department, just about every department in the county of Oswego uses cubicles. Probation department, sheriff's department, across the board, DSS. So we're just trying to catch up to make our space more efficient and allow for our workers to work. I mean, traffic diversion is part of our responsibilities as well. It just doesn't work on its own. We do have to monitor the diversion program. So, all the above, looking to house our people in a more efficient way so there's a better work area based on the limited space that they have. And I think this would be the most efficient use, similar to the way every other county department in Oswego County uses their space.
So the issue here is not really about them getting cubicles for you, it's where the money's coming from.
Exactly.
So, according to Phil, this is unallocated funding for 2024, and all the traffic diversion money is budgeted for 2025. Because we created this in 2024, this funding is not allocated yet. So where would you consider taking the money from if you didn't take it from here? I guess that's my point. Just robbing Peter to pay Paul, no matter how we do it. We're not opposed to buying the guy furniture. This is unallocated funding. Where else would you want to take the money from?
Well, my concern is that I don't really, it should be somehow a little bit cleaner. I don't like the idea that it's like an open checkbook, that they can use it for anything.
Well, that's just this year's funding because it wasn't allocated.
Right.
And they can't use it for anything. They have to come to this committee and ask permission.
Right.
So they're asking for permission to buy cubicles that they obviously need space. That makes sense?
Bill?
Just another piece of information. I know we're not on the budget yet, but it's only got $1,000 budgeted in 2024 for interest. That's on the front. He requested in 25, $136,000. It's got $137,000 for the furniture and carpet. And I took that back down to 1,000 because we could do that for a capital project. By using the traffic diversion money now, that will reduce the amount that we have to take out of building renovation through our money. It's on page 11. Just trying to use this unexpected revenue in a way that allows us to not put more money on the levy, and so we got to take out of reserves, which is what tax.
I just see it as a slippery slope. And you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I mean, right now, his third, 33% that he was getting is 96,000. And you take that 85 out, all he's got left is 11. So I doubt it ever, if he continues this, get to the 200 to go into the county.
Well, he can't because on page 15, you'll see that the 200,000 is budgeted as a revenue, which he cannot spend any of that unless he brings in more than 200,000. And if he does, he's got to, whatever he wants to use that money for, he has to come to this committee.
So he can't spend any until he reaches 200,000.
Right, because that's already budgeted as an offset to DA activities, including traffic.
All right.
Better now?
Better, but not.
It says any overage over the 200 be paid to the school county general fund.
Yeah.
Any overage.
Right,
The 200,000 though is budgeted into his budget for the year.
right.
But I understand that. So that 200,000 that we're talking about, accounted for in the budget. This money's not accounted for because it's 2024 and the program just started. So to allow him to use this money to buy furniture that would otherwise come out of
Reserves,
reserves,
or have to put it on the tax.
or put it on the tax. Makes sense to.
And you're right about that part over 200, so that would go to fund balance, so if you wanted any of that, you have to come to this committee and that would be.
But until he gets up to 200. But like right now, he didn't reach 200, but he was still able to.
Because it's not budgeted, because it's unallocated, much. So we have to allocate to something.
Anybody else have? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Frank, you voting? Voted what? I didn't see. You voted vote? You and her? Okay. Motion carries.
But I'm gonna keep note of this. If it comes up again, I'm done.
Yeah, you just wait.
Okay, I've made my peace with this.
Let's move on. We're urgent. PS6. Resolution authorizing budget modification for office coupon. We just did PS6. Okay, that's been approved. Let's move on to PS7. Resolution authorizing budget modification for books and periodicals, other fees and services in the district attorney's office.
So moved.
Motion, got a second? Tony?
Same idea, we're just moving money around that we have in our budget. For books and period. To cover the transcripts for your still, paying some of the independent,
It's up to the committee if they want to bring it through or just let me do it. It's up to you.
All right, apparently this doesn't need to be a resolution if we don't want it. Does anybody hold this? All right, let's get it done. Let's hold it out. Everybody comfortable with that? So I get a motion to pull, yes, 7? Motion, second? Got a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, scratch PS7.
Yeah, so Tony, anything under 10,000 that's any contractual or equipment lines, I can do. Just can't do personnel or revenue.
All right. Moving on to PSE, resolution authorizing budgetary modification for sheriff's office school safety overtime. Motion, we got a second. Don, it's here.
Budget neutral, it's just means of paying, for the SROs to work basketball games, extracurricular activities. Our schools are gonna leave for some
Okay, any discussion? Richard?
Yeah, no, you answer the question. Everything that we do SR, I call this resource officers, get paid back to the employee. It's for
Reimbursed. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a walk-on PS9. Resolution authorizing budget modification, district attorney's office, additional hours. Make a motion. Second.
prior, in between, having to submit these, we had a typist come up and not pay for a significant period of time. If, so to speak, keep our thoughts, if you will. So we look with a proposal. We have 2 typists that will take over some of all her duties, which are town courts and city court. And we're asking to add some hours so that they can get paid for their position.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, that's it for resolutions of the day. We're going to walk into budgets now, right? We're going to skip the reports. We're right at the budgets. Might as well start. Anything is we got search and rescue down first. Got the budget handy?
Page 2.
Page 2,
Page 2.
10,
2.
2.
Quarterly
Yeah, got it.
CSR.
I get the one. Excuse me one second.
What number is that?
It's the one that says OCSR. There's a color way down.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Any significant changes from last year on this budget? Start with that. Change at all? Any questions, any issues with that?
Just give you the updated equipment that you need.
Yeah, I mean, most of our equipment is allocated through either donations or we get some money through the state Homeland Security grant that comes through every year. So, we're well equipped right now.
What kind of shape is your vehicle in now? All right?
Yeah, I mean, it's showing some rust, but you know, I think we'll probably have it for a few more years.
3 miles.
80,000.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? I don't think we have to hold. Should hold.
Yeah. You should have Motion approved.
Okay, so motion to,
the authorized agents.
all right, motion to approve the search and rescue budget. Can I get a motion? Second? Second?
Second.
Second? Michael seconds. Any discussion?
This isn't the final one. That part, this isn't the final one.
No, it's gotta go through F and B and through the legislature.
We're just improving it. Works.
Yep, and yes.
All right. Did I say all in favor, Rick? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Mr. Carey. All right, let's go on. We don't do AR one. do we?
Each one.
All right, let's do AR one. Get a motion. So move. Second. Okay, discussion. Page that on.
So they just all more closer to the top.
Any changes?
All the agencies are updated.
Deal money, same
page.
Same page.
Page 2, halfway down. Closer to the mark. All right, no change. Any discussion?
Hasn't changed since I've been on the legislature.
Well, I would think with the drones that we have now, we're pulling them out a little less.
Yeah, drone's not gonna help you a whole lot on night way. Not when it can go up and rescue the helicopter.
It's based on their request.
I know, they're a bargain. I swear.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, let's move on to the district attorney. Taking a motion.
Yes.
Second. Okay, discussion. What's the page on that?
PA is page 10.
Page 10. Any significant changes? What's that?
200,000, you didn't have the.
Oh, right, good. Got an extra 200,000 in income that we didn't have before. Crap, version. So, any addition, any changes in expenses?
There was
Significant changes. Significant or just?
not significant. We were just asking for increases for appellate contracts.
Okay.
And attorney, we were asking. There's all our notes of what was added to it. Notations. Why we were asking for it. I believe we were even asking for additional furniture.
Yeah.
So, actually, that's cost of doing business, if you will.
Okay.
I think we are asking for an additional part-time assistant.
Any questions? Concerns? Mr. Castillo?
Looking at the assistant PA, we requested 107,000, but right, the draft don't show zero. And also an assistant PA, zero all the way across.
No page, no.
I think we gave up the DA's position for the new two paralegals, right?
That's why that's.
Yeah, which one?
There's two new paralegals down below that, 51,778 each.
We had 3 paralegals that were at, we had 2 paralegals from an assistant DA from our original resolution, and then we had a senior typist turned into a paralegal. That was changed from senior typist to paralegal. So that, if you look at that, there's 3 paralegals from 7 vocal, 7 vocal to 7 vocal.
But we're not required, so we don't feel we need the, at least what the draft says, we're not going to need the assistant DA.
We still have some openings that are actually filling now, but which was approved last meeting. He starts November 11th. And we have a new paralegal starting November 11th. So we still have to.
The last question is, the district attorney, salary, that's, how much of that is? The
Commission's reimbursed.
Covered by the.
About 72,000, you can see that line on page 15, right at the bottom, it says state aid VA salaries, 72,189. That's how much the state reimburses us for that salary.
Yeah, well, I know, I understand that they, it comes with what the judges get raises, we get.
Anything else?
So they did the same amount from 23, right, to 25?
And 72 for more than a decade.
So even though they raise it, they don't give us any more?
Right.
Okay. And just that.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, lucky you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the DA's budget?
Right.
Any opposed? All right, good.
911 is on page 51.
Good motion to discuss 911 budget. Motion, we got a second. Any significant changes or adjustments there? Yep.
Just
All right, let's skip 911 and we'll go to the sheriff then. Go back on that one. Okay? So, motion to discuss the sheriff budget.
Page 54.
A motion, we got a second.
Second.
Joe, any significant adjustments in the sheriff's office?
You're asking for an additional auto mechanic, right?
Yeah, that's, the reason we want to do that, we're working on probation cars, health department cars, he's doing all these other agencies.
You're like a fleet service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MDAs. It really does save us money. It saves county. They do all kinds of body work, minor body work for us. And we need a succession plan here because our head mechanic isn't going to be around forever.
Richard?
Do we deal at first, charge back some of this to those departments?
You know, that's something when I came in office, we stopped doing that because it was just shuffling money from agency to agency and it was just creating more work for the bookkeeping of the, and as long as it's county agencies, we just go ahead and do the repairs.
Where
They charge us for parts.
Yeah.
we would want to do that is if it's a repair for a department where they can get reimbursed. So that we can show the expense for that. I don't know if you're doing any DSS card, because those are leased.
We do, what
If we do-
stuff, don't we, or no?
I don't know if we do much for DSS, but I know we do charge parts, get charged back.
Highway.
Charge anybody that. Get back.
Probably for the health department.
I know we use it up.
Aren't they leasing it now? Health department, I thought they went into leasing.
They're doing leasing.
So. Claims.
Where-
Any other discussion? Got a hand up, Mark? You're up.
Chair, looking at the salaries, okay, be looking to be able to be competitive with, you know, surrounding counties.
Yeah, and I got,
We keeping people, it's, you know,
we are, we'll see the results this time around, I believe. We're probably going to be hiring between 10 and 12. We're just decimating one death, obviously, and multiple retirements. But I believe, thanks to the legislature and the efforts, that we're going to be competitive with other agencies now. And we're within $1,000 of local agencies. But I think it'll show this time around. We're going through the hiring process right now. Initial conversations with these recruits are that they're leaning towards coming to us. So,
and I know in the past, we were good, you know, $5,000-6,000 below.
not more than that.
You know, well, it makes a difference if you can put your life on the line, how much you're going to get paid to do. And,
We'll see this time around, but I think we'll do well.
okay, good. I'm happy with that, thank you.
And on that note, the police academy at the community college is just about finished. Talking about it now. Beautiful facility. They got the virtual machine set up in there. Sergeant Pryor showing that last week when I stopped in. It really looks fantastic, and we talked about perhaps having a meeting there if we can set that up. Next couple of months. Have a public safety. But as soon as they put chairs and they have the electronics.
Highlights. Patrol officer and another one, social security.
Hearing reports, giving the budget. Standard funeral. Salaries going to be adjusted. Will get higher. Increment each year. So to keep track of them, this branch going to did try to remember.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, that's okay.
The only way I can go back and find which one I missed if I don't bounce.
Yeah.
The compensation study, you made mention about the lieutenants. Did we square that up? It's an issue, they got lieutenants or something?
Salary was, I spoke to Phil about there is no way anybody will take a promotion to lieutenant right now, given the contract we got from Scott last time, because the lieutenants do not get medical upon retirement, so none of them will, and the difference in salary is not enough. So they did get the 5%, additional 5%, but the insurance is an issue. Right now, if a lieutenant retires they don't get the help and help deputies get it. So there's no incentive to leave the union. So as of right now, everybody on the lieutenant's list, every sergeant that took it has already stated to us proactively, I will not take a promotion.
Close to retirement.
That's it.
Plus overtime.
Oh,
Sergeants
they also-
overtime, so they make.
Okay.
So the sergeants are making
more than a lieutenant.
much more than
Lieutenants are working a lot of overtime.
So it is something that, but I think our last discussion was that management across the board discuss it then, not with the budget.
HR is going to work with management. So you might be able to stop.
Obviously, medical was a big issue, especially by the time you think lieutenant, you should get close to walking out the door. That's certainly don't want to have people not want to get promoted, but that's a constant. Any other questions for law enforcement, sheriffs? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, sheriff's budget approved. Next meeting. We're gonna go back to 911. Kevin's back in the room. We've already got a motion and a second. Isn't it? So any significant adjustments, changes, or deletions in the 911?
One quick deletion.
Okay.
Yeah, what page are we on, sorry?
Right at the beginning of salaries and wages, there's a principal, supervisor, and telecommunicator temporary position. It's 302081 That could be temporary, and that was July this year to August 1st. Yeah, that 59,174.
Okay.
All right, so can we get a motion to remove line, or the salary for line 3020811301, principal, supervisor, telecommunications network?
So moved.
A motion, Frank, got a second, Paul, Frank, Paul. Any further discussion on this? All in favor? Motion carries. Opposed? All right.
So beyond that, I mean, nothing major. They're requesting to add another advanced telecommunicator, which is the position that's going to be using the enhanced school and public safety electronic software that we've purchased recently. So that'll allow me to have two of those on two different shifts. And also, eventually, once we get training done next year, we will be splitting that up and using them at different times, as opposed to just straight across the ship. But we did have, as you all are aware, last month I brought a local maintenance contract that was a significant increase. So I've offset that other equipment and maintenance to try and adjust for that. But those are really the big changes for the 2025 budget asked on that one.
So I see a side note here, 150,000 for joining the box build out. Explain that.
Yeah, that's actually more so going to be the advanced telecommunicator build out for any additional connections that we need. We're going to need to, as we install these boxes, install them in a fashion that they're protected and safe and run electrical and stuff. That's more so, it's going to be probably 50-50 of drone in the box and the advanced telecommunicator interface and system build out throughout next year.
That'll be ready to launch by spring.
Yes, we did a kickoff on the Aware software today, and we're currently working on the mapping project. That's how we're working on stuff with county B&G and that project. It's awesome. Where should be the software, video software should be in place, they're saying, by the end of the quarter.
Any other questions for 911 issues? All Stealing.
Same question that it's the sheriff, Kevin, how's the employees for the salary?
I mean, the increase got them a little bit closer, but we're still, behind in the same amount of time that we've been looking at the compensation study. Other counties have done the same sort of thing. So while we bumped up and seen a pretty significant
an increase for our staff. We're still lagging behind with other towns. That's the exact thing, an increase. So, I mean, Madison County is paying $4 an hour more. I'm sorry, rate than we are still. Jefferson County is just over 3. So, we made some progress, and we're, the increase was definitely, well appreciated across our staff. So, but I mean, when you compare it to what other, so, but I
Wondering why we wouldn't, we did that study and I could see the rate that have gone across the board, for most of the departments. And 911 is, everybody knows, is very critical because they're not just telephone out there. And I've always give them what is needed to make them competitive to other counties so that we can keep the people. Are you fully staffed still, or?
we are, we have a recruit class that is coming out to the dispatch floor at Wednesday, and that will be fully staffed full-time, just short part-time. That won't.
I'll be voting in favor of this, but I would also ask us to take a look, so that when the final budget comes, we may be, looking to be able to.
Are you suggesting, we just gave a significant raise to every employee in the county, suggesting that we reevaluate that and give further raise? Frank? Is that
I'm
what you're
talking
saying?
about, you got to.
I just want to call you out.
Well, yeah, I would, for the rank and file, yes, sir. The rank and file, yes.
We just had the rank and file.
Well, yeah, we're behind other counties, and he just stated that.
All right,
Okay, and if I looked at them, it would be the same thing.
I just want to make sure your position was clear.
Yeah, my position's clear, it's always been clear, rank and file, I feel they should be, for what they do, or what they've done in other counties, they should get the same thing. Now, above that, I'd say no.
Church.
Just to address Legislator Castilia's concerns, remind the committee there is a part 2 to this compensation plan. The titles that did not, after the raise, meet the competitive goals, those are being looked at by HR for, I think it's about 130 titles, or 130 positions. That the adjustments to sort of bring them up in the competitive range, so those are being individually assessed and be part of a separate recommendation.
Richard?
No, I just understand what, saying, Dylan. I'm just looking at the fact that, what's your percentage of the time it takes to get the phone, for them to answer the phone now?
We're 91%. 15 seconds.
And we're moving up, because let's make sure we can get, you're on the other end of that line, you're waiting, okay? Is it because somebody said, well, thank you very much, but I'm leaving, so he's got to train somebody else to take that job? That's all I'm looking at, that's what I'm saying. And yes, vote for that every time.
Richard?
Yes, I'm glad that Frank brought this up, and I'm also glad that you brought up the costs that are going up on us. And once again, and I've been reiterating 50 times, and I'll do it 1,000 times by accident. It's time to reevaluate the surcharge on the cell phones and look at raising it. That surcharge, keep in mind, is dedicated to 911. And I agree with Frank 100%, the 911 center is very, very critical. It's life-saving measure. I want the best that we can possibly have out of 62 counties, and I want it financed by everybody, not just the person who owns property, but everybody. That means the people on all kinds of assistance, the people that are living in high-rise apartments, the elderly, I don't care. But we gotta look at readdressing that, and that can be done through our, this committee, it can be done through our legislator, and we can get Bill and Walzek, Mark, to carry that, get this put through the assembly in the Senate. Hope it is.
All right, Frank?
The only thing I'm going to disagree with you on, Rich, is, I'm sorry, the state is robbing us blind on the 911 surcharge. They are. Okay? We're going to, and the only way we can justify it is by we add more money to our own taxpayers, our own cell phone users, when the state is sitting there robbing us. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry I have to be saying it. We should be going after the state and all 62 counties and saying, look, stop robbing us. Give us what we should be getting from you. And that's what I agree. The state is taking money that shouldn't be.
And they're also making it sort of right now, like federal funds.
Correct.
Grant.
You know, it's
Taking money away from other avenues as well.
I know that the people in the room go, hey, look, there's a Democrat saying the state and it's run by the Democrats. I'm sorry. You know, you've known me, you know that I stand for the people and I stand for the, you know, I don't stand for what the state says to do by taking our money. That's our money. We should be getting. There you go, Rich. Thank you.
Any other discussion? No, budget specific. That's good points. That's all.
Well, we're on the low side. Way low side.
Understood.
Are there any steps that we could do? What steps would have to be taken?
Question?
I believe we need to request that a bill be carried through the state to allow us to be able to increase that higher than we have.
Is this something that should be broached through NISAC, maybe? Start with that.
I think we can do it on an individual basis.
And then we gotta start.
So, I mean, I can pull that information together and we can start, you know. And I know there are other counties that are currently doing that.
Well, it'd be worthwhile then, for you to pull, yes, get it together for us.
Well, if you could, Kevin, maybe by next meeting, you could have together a list of counties around us and similar to us.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Saratoga County like that, I'm saying counties around us with similar population and, you know.
I mean, the main ones, I mean, Onondaga County I know is doing it, Greene County is doing it,
Well, Onondaga County's already a buck,
County, correct. Well,
and most of the
yeah, they're getting
subdivisions don't know us, we're only getting 30 cents.
$1.32 is what Onondaga is getting, yes.
$1.32 now?
Yes.
What's the difference between us and them?
They pushed for the legislation to get that additional,
All right, so the legislator got off of it, and then they got through that.
correct.
Okay. That's one.
Okay, so there's where we're going. Okay.
I'll pull together information, I'll get out to you, so you all have it before the meeting.
Okay, so let's pull this back into the budget. All in favor? Any opposed? 911 budget passes. Okay, let's move on to probation.
66.
Okay, motion. So moved. Second. Multiple seconds. Got a motion. Any significant changes or adjustments in the probation? Budgetary.
Couple things as far as revenue, we were able to factor in, we got $300,000 from the trial for the state. We were able to roll the 25. We also got 22, 24 award and 24, so we were able to push this award next year. So that helped offset salaries. They allow us to use it for any staff to do pre-trial work, so applying that to that, so that helps. We also deleted a PO position, so that cut down on salaries some. Other than that, really, single things as well. The other thing is we combined, we had our ATI budget used to be separate than probation, and this year we combined and just added a couple of projects, so absorb the ATI budget into probation. I think it simplifies things a little bit because we can overlap anyway.
Any questions for Dave? Mr. Castillo?
Same question. What are we looking like? Yes, our competitors.
So, very much the same thing as what Kevin said. Some of the other counties got leads, they put them right there.
And that's, all I'm looking at is that we're looking for more money from the taxpayer at some point in time. And I'm looking to make sure that we're giving them the service that we should be able to get them. And if we have to lose people to another county, okay, that hurts the services that we're able to give them taxpayers. We can do it by giving them whatever the, difference is so that we keep people in Oswego County, working in Oswego County and living. That's what I'm looking for. And again, I'll be voting in favor of this, but I would like to change, the raises. I know we give out money. There's a reason for it. I'm not just giving out money to buy desks or something like that, okay? I'm looking for it for a service, okay? If he tells me that he's going to be able to service people more with a better desk, then yes, I'm in favor. The same thing over here with these departments here in the sheriff's department. We need to be able to make sure we get the best and we're going to pay the best. That's all I'm, thank you. That's it.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Oh, okay.
I think what you also gotta be keep in mind is that every county is different. You know, but
Herb, I hear what you're saying, Herb, but I'll tell you what, the guy that's sitting there waiting for a sheriff, waiting for a probation officer, he doesn't mind paying a little bit extra to be able to make sure that they're in the best. I know you would, and I would.
I just think you gotta think about the taxpayers.
Yeah.
It's a balance, right? We gotta keep a balance, right? We need good service, but we don't want to tax our people out of the county either, right? We're out of the state. We're almost there. So, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Probation's approved. Let's move on. Kathy, you're up, EMO. Can I get a motion? Motion, can I get a second? Second. Okay. Any significant adjustments, changes, or corrections in the pricing management office?
76.
Number.
Are we doing EMS separate or just combined?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. So under EMO, we have the EMO budget, we have the drone budget, and then we have the EMS budget. If I could start with the budget for the EMS piece, which is on me. Really, the EMS budget hasn't changed. If anything, we've decreased the cost of that budget. It is now 50% ARPA funded this year. We were able to reduce that other equipment line because last year we were able to purchase a radio, or 2024 we were able to purchase a radio for the EMS coordinator. But other than the salaries going up a little bit, what we have seen is with the EMS classes that we've been able to offer, we have actually been able to bring in some revenue for the department that pays the instructors, but also we've been able to put some of that money back into the equipment that is for the classes. So we've actually seen, that's been really good this year. A lot of classes. Right now we are working with City. City has a program that they're looking to do with EMS education where EMTs come out of City with an EMT certification 18, which is phenomenal. So we're looking to partner with them on that a little bit. So really not a significant change in the EMS budget this year other than personnel costs, but everybody's personnel costs, right? So as for the drone budget,
Hold on, before we go on, any
Sorry.
questions on EMS?
Any questions on
We can do this all. Hearing none. All right, go on to drone.
perfect. So the drone budget is also 50% allocated to ARPA funds. The significant difference from last year's budget to this year's is that, of course, Jonathan go from part-time to full-time, so they're going to see a significant piece on that salary. The other budget lines are pretty much very similar. The only one that we increased a little bit is the other pieces. Oh, repairs and maintenance line. So we increased that line a little bit, or we asked for an increase in that line from last year's budget, only because that does a lot of our warranty programs that we have, and now that we have multiple drones out there that still have warranties. The warranties originally were around $1,800 a piece for each warranty for 8 drones, but we were able to contractually reduce that to $1,300 per drone. So some of those will come off the warranty for next year because they only let us extend the warranty on it for 2 years. That's separate than the insurance that we carry on them for catastrophic failures. So we had to increase that budget line a little bit to compensate for the new drones that we have. But other than that, really not a significant change in his budget in the lines. So I guess I don't have any questions on those. And also with the offset of the funding that you guys gave us, that approved in last month with ARPA funds, we were able to buy some of the equipment out of what we anticipated for next year into this year too. So that's been very helpful and put it into the VFR program. So we're going through that one. So appreciate that.
All right, any questions on the drone program? Drone program? None? All right, now we can move on.
So the last budget is our EMO budget. So this is a challenging budget this year for us. And I say that, I went with the funding that we normally receive from funding that supports our speed, as well as the funding we get from Constellation and a small federal budget. With that being said, our personnel costs went up exorbitant this year for our department, quite a bit. $54,000 difference from what we had last year. So that's
So we finally found the one place we're paying too much, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. They all deserve it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying is we've had the same budget for 12 years, so at some point in time, that funding is not going to support our overall operational costs as well as our personnel costs. So equipment costs are going up, personnel costs are going up. So that budget line that we have is not going to go as far. That being said, right now I budgeted this account with the normal Article 2B that we have always been entitled to of the 375. Last year, we saw a reduction in that by around 34,000. The state was very nice and gave us that difference. That doesn't guarantee that they're going to give us that next year. So with that said, because there's been no change to legislation, we're looking at a $63,000 reduction in our funding in 2025 unless somehow somebody steps in and changes that. So just to give you an idea, and this is really very close to my heart, is of the $5 million that's paid by Constellation and Voltec, the state takes half. That's $2.5 million goes to the state, and then the other funding is percentaged out by the counties that support REP. Now, $900,000 of that remaining $2.5 million is just going to Oswego and Monroe, and another $1.5 million is going to downstate counties that don't have a RED fund. Like, yeah, Westchester County is going to get $695,000 in 2025. You're going to get $312,000. So you can see where there's a difference there. And there isn't anymore. Indian Point
So what the hell?
Commission.
Exactly.
That's why we need, that's why we need change in the legislation. And there's been no change to that yet. So,
Now the state is gonna cling to that
yes,
as
they are.
hard and use all their political muscle to keep that money.
So it's
Well,
They don't.
they send you down there to be strong-armed, to strong-arm these people.
Yeah, I've been working on that.
yeah, I know we've been trying, but we just haven't gotten very far yet with getting some funding to go back up here. So,
This is one of those where the financial argument makes all the sense in the world, but there's heavy-duty politics.
yes, there is.
No, that can't be happening.
Yeah, so that's a
Now, has that been decommissioned, taken down, gone? It's,
they're slowly taking apart piece by piece.
so it's, there's
That is
parts
one
of
of the nuclear facilities that will not be recommissioned because it's already being taken apart. Some of the other ones that have been taken apart, but more. Yeah, so TMI is going to be recommissioned, not the one that had the meltdown, but the one the other. So this is just a frustrating piece for us to see counties upstate that have operational nuclear power plants are receiving less funding than those downstate that don't have operational ones. So I believe that we're going to have some reduced amounts for our budget lines this year. That's why I asked for a approval of a budget to buy a vehicle in 2024 while we still had some funding left over. So that's why we did that so soon. So that's what I have for our budget.
Any questions for Kat? None, all in favor? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Phil.
Commissioner Gray helped get that, make us whole on that money.
They did last year, yes.
And she indicated she's gonna be able to do that again with any other funding.
I've had no indication from that yet. I actually had a short conversation with the deputy director of OEM. I was in Albany last month, and she has heard no indication that they were going to look to make us whole at this point in time. So we did send a joint letter the chairman was willing to partake in with our partners to the west to Governor Hochul and Jackie Bray last year in May. I sent that on to you while you were curious about those, and just asking that one to, consider, making that change to the legislation. So, I've not heard a response. So, I did talk to Senator Barkley's office Senator Barkley's office last week. Actually talked to, trying to blank on her name right now, Brittany. And she said she has not heard anything in the office of anything. We were going to kind of wait till after this election tomorrow, right? Get some talks started again. So that's the focal point right now. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Interesting.
Again, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? All right, your budget passes. Okay, fire advisory, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Multiple seconds, fire advisory, any significant changes, adjustments, deletions from the fire?
Page
73.
So with fire coordinator budget, there's no real changes. That's pretty self-explanatory. Want to go into the school now, or how do you want to do that? That's a separate. Okay, so regarding this, the emergency response training center, that budget did increase some. Some of the things that we put in for this year was, I moved 4 part-time positions to create 1 full-time. The fire school itself is getting older, and I need a maintenance person there, because it's every day something's breaking or whatnot, maintenance, general maintenance, staying up on that. So I took out 4 part-time positions to try to fund that full-time. I also added monies to the 5411, 5412. Our exterior door in our main building has got a giant hole in it, and they can't get parts for it. So that's I guess I never realized how expensive commercial doors were. So that's where you'll see the funding increase for that. And then just for this year, just a point, we're on track of having approximately $200,000 in income. So we're above what we budgeted this year so far. So we're hoping to get close to $200,000 in income. We don't see any changes on contracts for next year. We did put in some increases to some of the people that come, but not very much. So we should see an increase in that.
Some of the maintenance stuff, is any of this stuff that building and grounds can help you with?
They are busy. They do help me out a lot with equipment. So they do what they can to help me, but typically it's us. They don't know the systems. They don't know how the building operates. But I do call Rick and ask his opinion if he thinks it's something he can help us with. Most of the time it's not. So.
Any other discussion, questions? Mr. Castillo?
Jane, with what, City of Fulton is proposing to do with the training, that can hurt us mid-level revenue?
No, I don't know, because from my understanding, it's gonna be a small, they're not gonna have what we have to offer.
I know that.
So, I don't foresee it. They want to build some classrooms and basically, place where they can train in the city. That where Raleigh Beach is, it's a large area that they can go and not bother the neighbors. So I don't foresee that bothering us.
Because I know what you got to do. I was asking. I think it's important. Paying. Keep it there. Yep. That's it. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Kurt?
Just want to make a comment. I was out there Saturday, watched the young firemen go through the burn building and all that. I thought your personnel did a great job out there protecting that pretty hot place to put a young person in there. It was pretty impressive watching that show.
Thank you. That's it.
There's no further discussion. All in favor of the fire coordinator's budget?
So moved.
Second. Favor? Opposed? Approved. All right, we skipped over department reports. I know there's another meeting at 12:30. Is there anything significant in the department report that this community needs to hear that they won't necessarily expect next meeting?
The only thing I have is, you asked last month about lithium batteries.
I did, yes.
Yes.
So within this report, there is a link to the state website and how to go about just getting rid of your lithium batteries.
Yes, I went to that site. I think you sent it to me possibly.
Yep.
Somebody sent it to me. And I did go to the link and I found out where we can dispose of them. And it's at Walmart and Fulton. Of all places. And yeah, Walmart and Fulton is the only place in Oswego County that you can dispose of lithium batteries. And whatever they do, I just didn't know if that's something that we should have in our hazardous waste.
So I did speak to the solid waste, and they have no guidance yet from the state of New York. So he's waiting for guidance from them so he can, whatever project he's got to come up with, because they're not pushing anything out to them. He's not really sure what to do. So,
Yeah, it is what it is, I guess, but at least we're aware, we're
Yes.
trying to find out, so that makes me feel better. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, any other?
Change our state doesn't help.
No, yeah. But isn't that causing, Shane, isn't that causing fire, so in the.
it is, that's what we attributed to most of the recent, I think we're at 6 fires up there. And there, I mean, there are fires there probably daily, so I'll get a picture and they'll be a small fire that, but it'll be a battery for a laptop or phone or, so.
It just seems to me that we should be able to do something to
Yes.
fix that.
I agree.
I'll be taken care of, look for the appropriate motion.
Motion adjourned.
Be adjourned.